as we already know, leadership does come with certain fundamental obligations. People first was the first fundamental obligation of leadership we looked at when we started this series on leadership. People first is a primary obligation of leadership for obvious reasons. Remember, leadership comes from the people. Leadership must of necessity revolve around people. Without people, there can be no leadership. There is another obligation that is part and parcel of people first obligation of leadership. As you guess, listening is a key fundamental obligation that is fundamentally part and parcel of people first obligation of leadership. Remember, leadership without listening is fake leadership. Leadership without listening is but imitation leadership. Leadership without listening to the people is just nominal leadership. Any leader is fundamentally obligated to listen to every person keenly, attentively, actively, and without any interruption, so that such a leader can understand the people. Remember, when you understand every person, you understand everybody. Never assume that you understand what the people want, what people's needs are, what their fears and phobias are, and their ideas, concerns, and complaints just because moles or spies have spoken to you about what the people are saying and what such a spy or mole has heard from the rumor mills. The grapevine can provide some information, but most of such information is incorrect. Most of the information you get from rumors and the grapevine is toxic information. Most of the information you get through gossip is distorted information. Most information you get from the grapevine is full of lies, falsehoods, and assumptions. That's why you must listen to every person and hear them out. That way you'll fully understand them. Once you understand them, then you know them. Remember, unless you listen to people, you will never understand them. Neither will you ever know them. Once you know your people, once you understand them, once you understand their fears, their phobias, their suspicions, their superstitions, their concerns, their complaints, their pain, their cries, their choice, their wants, their needs, their ideas, then you can provide the required leadership. Then you can involve them in leadership. Remember, these days, leadership must of necessity be participatory. You must involve people in leadership. We'll come to that later. Leadership does come with certain fundamental obligations. When we started this series of discussions on leadership and peace, we looked at people first as a key fundamental obligation of leadership. Listening is a key appendage of people first obligation of leadership. Remember, leadership without listening is fake leadership. Listening and leadership belong together. Leadership and listening are and must be inseparable partners. Leadership and listening are compatible, inseparable partners. Never keep them apart. Always listen. Listen even when you don't want to. Put everything aside and give every person full attention. Let us repeat. Listening is a fundamental leadership obligation that you, as a leader or as a prospective leader, must always take cognizance of and never ever derogate from. Put listening into actual practice. Listen to every person. That way you will understand all the people and be able to provide the leadership and service they require. That way you involve them in leadership. These days, leadership is participatory. People must be part of your leadership. The people are co-leaders with you. You don't lord it over them. You work together to provide leadership to them. Listening matters. So does peace. Remember, peace is key even in leadership.